Hey kids, this is Jack. Welcome back to Harmony Point Zoo. When last we left, we had just built a habitat for the Komodo dragons. As you can see, I did a little work on it. Prettied it up, added some more detail, added some more plants. I raised up this side and put in a wall, as you can see, and here's the animals themselves are in this habitat. There's one right there, and the other one just got placed by the vet. So in this episode, what I was planning was an orangutan habitat, and I was thinking about it and thinking about likely spots for it, and where it would fit in nicely, especially in comparison with the Komodo dragon habitat. And I decided that I was going to put it over here. But first, what I want to do is this. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the water from the river, and then I'm going to carve out some more waterway as so like this. I know putting your apes on an island is kind of cliched, but it works. It's an interesting habitat design, and I think it'll work for us. Now I don't want it completely, one way. I don't want it completely isolated, but at the same time, I want it to be obvious that this is a zoo habitat. So we're going to bring this around right about there. It sounds like we're about to get some more rain, which is typical. Okay, so this right here is going to be the main area of our habitat, right there. And we're going to continue the river onward, like so. This here is another usable area. I don't know what we could use it for yet, but that's another usable area. So let's put the water back. All right, there's the river. Now, yes, thank you. It's calculating. What I want to do first is pull a trick. We're going to use steel mesh. What I'm going to do is this. Okay, now let's move this piece over here as close as we can get it to the side, and then we're going to raise these two pieces to, say, 4 meters. And we're going to make sure that these two pieces are climb-proof. We're going to go ahead and make it on both sides, because what the heck. And you'll see why I'm doing this in a second. This piece here, this piece on the end, can go null barrier. It's not going to go null barrier. There we go. Now it's null barrier. Okay. And here's why. Alright. Because orangutans can't swim at all. All water is a natural barrier to them. I don't even have to put a fence. The water itself will serve as the barrier. Now, let's move in here. Now, as for back here, let's see if I can bring it to the surface of the land and then move it almost to the border of the zoo. And then we'll move this one, do the same thing. We'll bring it to the top and then move it back here almost to the border of the zoo. Okay? And then we'll just continue it around. I want to check the land area of it anyway. Oh, I just had some baby warthogs. Those are always cool. Okay. Now, the reason I started here is because I'm trying to get the gate to work. I want the gate to be on this part of the island, or this part of the land. Like so. Alright. Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to terraform this part of the land. So let's get the terrain workers out, and I'm going to, let's lower this down to about 4. And we're going to bring it up considerably. Like that. Now, it doesn't matter if it doesn't overhang in the back. I don't, you know, it's nothing big, no big deal. But let's change the thing. I mean, I'm getting weird light because it's just sunrise now, but you know, somebody has been in a box too long. Hold on a sec. Why is any animal? Why are they in the? Why are my polar bears in boxes? That's weird. Unbox the animals. Everybody get out of a box. Okay, who's got the research? It's the pygmy hippos. Yay, my veterinarians are immensely efficient researchers, apparently. I was over here. Okay. Now, back to it. Let's see if we can get this finished. And what I want, let me make this 5. God, not the smooth tool, you doofus. Okay. what I'm trying to do is create kind of a background hill, because I'm going to have multi-layer elevations in this habitat. Alright, now we're going to do it again, but this time not quite so high. Like that maybe. Give it a second layer of hill. And we don't want to put anything lower than the water level of the river, but I see no reason why the riverbank itself can't be that level. Let's smooth this out. Now, granted, when we finally put the animals in here, it's going to be smoother, it's going to be more level. But I want them to be able to travel through the entire habitat without any trouble. Plus, you know, we are going to have a climbing structure or 4 in here. Alright. That should just about do it for the terrain. Now, you may ask yourself, or you might not, but you may ask yourself, how did I get here? Well, we're going to put a bridge. I'm going to put it right here. Okay. Now, it's got a hide me and ground level signs, so let's do our best. There we go. Okay. Is it connected on all sides? Is it even? Alright, let's pop that in. And we can trash the signs real quick, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the terrain tool here. I'm going to bring it down to 3, and I'm just going to flatten that out just a bit. Okay, that is how the keepers will be getting from one island to the other. That right there. That right there. Now, let's move this back some. Because we're going to have to put in the path. I'm putting the path in first because the path is going to be a slightly complicated affair, and I want to make sure it's done before we do anything else, because you leave these details for the last minute. You're like, oh my god, I got everything else perfect. Why can't I get this perfect? So, you know, it's just easiest. To just get it over with quickly. There. It's a little clunky, but you know what? It works. And I'm going to go ahead and put down a keeper hut. And a staff building back here. There we go. Now, what we need to do now is, well, first I'm going to check on the animal, make sure I have my information. Bornean orangutan. 780. I bet you I've multiplied that by multiple times. 1 male, up to 5 females. Okay. Whoops. I have some... My Goliath beetles. I know it's my Goliath beetles because it's 20 plus animals all at once having a crisis. And we're getting interrupted again. Ugh. Okay. I knew how the other big name Let's Players, the big name Let's Players, I know how they do it. I've watched them do it. They basically ignore everything. I can't do that. I have obsessive compulsive disorder. It is almost impossible for me to just leave things be when I see something pop up. So that's why I'm doing this. It's just a thing. There we go. Okay. Now, I wonder if... Right. Okay, let's check the market. For Bornean orangutans. I'll take her. Okay. This should be fun. What do we got? Big cats, bisons, vet research. I can ignore vet research. Chimp climbing frame. I bet you it'll work on the orangutans, grizzlies, giant otters, koala. Yowzers. And of course they can use the bridge too. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to pause the game. Because I want to do some work and I don't want to be bothered by the big red scary messages. Okay. There were a lot This was another one. Okay, and then oh, that's going to be impractical. Okay guys, this is a lesson in putting together your blueprints. You have to make sure you don't include some ridiculously far off object in the background. Okay? I love using your blueprints, but your blueprint isn't helping anybody if it includes something like this. Okay? I mean, what's the point of the sycamore maple? Right. What happened was you caught a tree when you set up your blueprint. That's it. That's all. That's perfectly fine, but be aware of what's going on next time you build your blueprints, right? May have to perform a little surgery on this. Yes, I will. Okay, so it's a good idea and I like it a lot. However, what we're going to do is this. We are going to we're going to get rid of this part. Yeah, we're going to dump these parts. Now, you may be wondering, Jack, why are you spending so much time on shelters and stuff? And I'm like, I'm not. Haven't you noticed? Most of these are also climbing. So while while there is a an element of shelter to each of these items, it's also fulfilling the climbing requirement for the orangutans. They require a lot of climbing, and it's something that you have to keep an eye out for. Just to keep your orangutans happy. And I like my orangutans happy. Happy orangutans are good for guests. And let me get my terrain tool out and I'll smooth this bit. Happy guests are guests that donate and so on. And something else I can do because of this is I can do this. Just take it right down. And we'll smooth this also. You see? Okay. Now, believe it or not, I also just want to add some climbing spots. Lots and lots of climbing spots. This is purportedly the Sydney Zoo climbing set for orangutans. It's different pieces, I believe. I don't think, or is it one big one? It's one big one, it looks like. So I'm just going to put it right here. And if it looks, if the habitat looks busy, then the habitat looks busy. We will remove parts that clash, or heck, I will remove the entire thing. I don't care. I go with what I think is really cool. Yeah, this isn't going to work, but that's okay. I just, there's nothing wrong with checking it out. Yet more climbing, yet more shelter. Let's check in with the orangutans. Okay. Believe it or not, I don't have enough climbing. Can you believe that? There's not enough climbing stuff in this habitat for them. How's that for interesting? Let's see. You see? Okay, now let's look at their terrain needs. Their shelter needs, everything's good. Not enough short grass, not enough and too much long grass. Okay, so hey, look, it's raining. That never happens in this zoo. Plants are fine. Enrichment isn't. That's because we haven't put in any toys at all. All we've done is climbing. So, Let's turn off. Oh, you know what? That's not what I wanted. This is what I wanted. Where's a good place for it? Probably right here. It'll have a couple of posts sticking out of it, but you know what? It doesn't matter. Alright, we are almost out of time. Nothing is as entertaining as a monkey playing the keyboard. There we go. Okay. As I was saying, we're almost out of time. Believe it or not, for as much as I did a lot of work with blueprints, and this thing seems nice and full now, we are not finished with this habitat. We are not. There are things I want to do with it. And I'm going to do them in the next episode. That... Oh, look at him go. I was hoping to get him on the climbing. Is anybody climbing? No? That's okay. Because that right there I'm going to use for my screenshot, my thumbnail picture. That right there. Okay. So I think this was a productive episode. We got a lot done. I hope you got the idea with the when it came to the shelters. You see all these? I'm going to fix all this in the next episode, because like I said, I haven't finished. There's a lot left to do. I'm going to add a lot of rocks, mostly to the back, to seal off these holes. I'm going to put in some smaller things. I'm going to put in some fencing. And it's going to be glorious, folks. It really is. So, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate your time, always. If you like what I'm doing here, please hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. I really get a kick out of interacting with people about my videos. I'm doing them because I hope somebody finds them entertaining, but at the same time I find them entertaining, so I guess that counts for something, right? Until next time, please be safe when you're out and about, and be kind. Always be kind. Kindness changes the world for the better. Kindness makes it just everything better. Kindness lifts us up. I truly believe this. With all that said, I will see you next time. Bye-bye, guys.